What are your impressions of the Mets player development system?
I got two things, I mean, we have all the tools and all the data that we need. But I think the thing that impresses me the most and I really enjoy the most is you can go up to any coach, whether, it's main guy in the front office or, a coach that you might not know at all. And you can ask them any question about the game or even personal life, and they will find a way to help you.
All the way from, the coordinators, all the way down to the coaches, is they do a great job if they have, each player has their own plan and everybody's on board for that plan, trying to fit into your specific abilities and trying to encourage the type of game that you play. Like, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to go out and hit 30 home runs every year. And they know that. So, they're pushing for me to get on base and high contact, and they want to keep me true to my game, and they have that same plan for everybody, which I think is great, is one of the best things you can do.
Hey, thanks for meeting us at the Apple. I'm Vito Calisi. You can follow me on Twitter at Vito F. Calisi. That's Jonathan Barron at JMB9191. And we are here with the Mets Minor League Award recipients for 2024. We have our Pitcher of the Year, Brandon Sproat, our Player of the Year, Nick Morabito. We've talked to you guys a few times over the course of this year, Brandon, a little more recently. But pretty cool to see you guys here. I mean, how's it feel to get these accolades?
Super awesome, to be able to earn these things. I think Nick can, attest to me by, all the hard work, put in behind the scenes. It's nice to be able to, see it pay off. But, super blessed, and feel super honored to be able to earn this award.
Yeah, same, definitely. It's just kind of nice to be here at the end of the year and sit and, I guess, talk about it. And like Brandon said, it's a blessing to be here at the end of the year and know that all the hard work paid off.
We talked to both of you guys back in spring training, which kicked the whole year off, kicked off what you guys are here for now. When you look back at the entire year, going through spring training, backfields, PFPs, all the drills that you guys do, and having the great seasons that you guys did, you're the first player in the organization to have an average of 350-plus deals since Brian Cole, the late, great Brian Cole. And Brandon, we all know that you kind of took the minors by storm, that incredible start at Binghamton that you had to end your time there. So when you look back at the season you guys had, what are some of the biggest accomplishments that you're most proud of?
Honestly, just all of it as a whole. Just from the ups and downs, and mainly just from the things I've learned along the ways. I think a goal for me, going into spring training was, to hopefully, end up in AA this year, and surpassing that, and luckily enough to end up in AAA. That's also, a huge goal that I reached, throughout the season. But, taking a step back, now that it's kind of finally, not finally over, but, over, it's just super blessed, to be able to go through a great year, and just the big thing is, just staying healthy, so.
Yeah, I would say staying healthy was definitely the biggest thing for me. This was my first full year, so to be able to get, close to 500 at-bats and play the whole year, that's definitely been the biggest thing for me. And just to, go throughout the season with a good head on my shoulders and just see how I've matured over the whole season. And like I said, just being healthy, that was definitely the biggest thing for me.
And you guys taking home the 2024 awards, and there's a connection between you two for Player and Pitcher of the Year and last year's class, which was fellow Florida Gator, and we'll talk Gators, don't worry, Christian Scott, right, and Jet Williams, who you were in the same draft class as. Have you guys spoken to those two and had a chance? I think it's a pretty cool connection that last year was them, this year it's you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I was actually just with Jet, yesterday.
Oh, that's right. He's a AAA. That's right.
Yeah.
Him and Drew in the middle of the order, just causing havoc for opposing teams.
those two they crack me up.
They cause havoc, I'm sure, in the dugout also.
They're hilarious. We always say that we might have the shortest lineup in all of minor league baseball.
Dude, height, but doesn't matter. Like, you see what Acuna is doing right now. Who cares?
They obviously know what they're doing. Strike zone changes.
Does it changes with the automatic strike zone too, right? Yeah, it does adjust.
Yeah,
that's better than it not, honestly.
I think they actually measure the hitters
right
in spring training.
Yeah.
So, like, you're getting in there to get measured, and I'm a little bit on my tippy toes. Or maybe I was shrinking down. I don't remember, just to make the strike zone a little bit smaller.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Smart guy. When they do that, is it like, the video game, like you see the footage of guys getting like put in the game and they're wearing the all black spandex suits with the little white balls on them? Is it like that when they measure you? What's that?
No, I think they just
scan you
measure us
straight up.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, I think, and then they measure us. They take our height and they put it from like our knees to our shoulders. Maybe I don't really know.
Do you think it's a fair strike zone? Shoulders is pretty. I mean, that's not a strike.
No.
I mean, you probably think it's a strike.
Maybe
You're a pitcher.
No.
Do you guys want to have an internal debate about who the ABS, like if you like the ABS or you don't like the ABS?
Don't get me started, please.
Because hitters love it, pitchers don't, right?
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
I like it. I like it that, like when I was in low A, you could challenge. I like that. I think sometimes I just think you need to have human error. I think that's part
So
of it.
you like a guy back there putting a finger up for a strike.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, but then you can challenge.
Yeah, which I like.
How aggressive are you guys with the challenges? I know that we heard a story about Luke Ritter last year. He got up to AAA. He had a couple tough challenges, and Dick Scott was like, no more of that. I know that like catchers, Vincent Perozzo, who you played with at St. Lucie, he's great at it.
Yeah.
But not everyone is so good at it, and when you're in the middle of the heat of the battle, you think that you're right all the time. And we're the same way, and then
For sure.
when we're not playing baseball.
Yeah.
I've never done ABS myself, so I don't know what you're comparing.
No, just like, you think you're right when you have a take.
We're podcasters. There's nothing to challenge here.
I remember because normally like us pitchers won't challenge it. We'll leave it up to the catcher.
Okay.
And I challenged one against the Phillies, I think it was. And right after I tapped my head, I was like, oh God, please be a strike.
Was it?
It was.
Okay.
It clipped it. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
I think like right when you do it, like you make that challenge. 'Cause I feel like I've done it like maybe 2 or 3 times, and like right when you make that challenge, like your first thought, kind of going into what Brandon said, is like, man, I hope I'm right. Because then if you're wrong, you lose a challenge, and then like your teammates are kind of like, oh, like we just lost a challenge.
Everyone kind of shames you a little bit.
Yeah. And I think for hitters, we try to do it like later in the game too, especially if it's a close game, and not kind of waste them in like the first couple of innings and stuff.
It's like timeouts in football, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you guys both spent time in Brooklyn this year. We've definitely talked to you all about this, but it's such an interesting place to play. Do you want to just share your separate experiences on what playing in Brooklyn is like?
Yeah. Well, it was freezing, so I mean, I'll start with that in the beginning of the year.
He was in Florida for the majority of your time in Brooklyn, so Nick was enjoying a little sunshine and 80 degrees.
Yeah, that's nice.
You're dealing with the wind coming off the Atlantic.
But no, I mean, other than that, I mean, I enjoyed my time there. The guys around me, the coaching staff, they were all great, all super helpful. To be honest, I mean, Brooklyn, they show out. A ton of fans. They love their kids' days, which honestly, those are kind of cool. See all the kids come in, enjoy a game. I kind of wish I was able to do that as a kid. Skip school for a day and go watch a baseball game. That'd been pretty cool. But I enjoyed my time. The atmosphere, with the roller coasters in the back. It's definitely a cool scenery, especially at night. But yeah, like I said, I enjoyed my time there.
I got there basically when I got to high A when we were on the road, and then when we came back, the weather was, because I remember everybody saying like you're coming at a good time, and I got back. I want to say like got to Brooklyn in mid-May, and the weather was like, it was nice. This was like kind of how it is right now. But no, I had a great experience in Brooklyn. Like Brandon said, they show out. There was a bunch of fun days: Star Wars night, Seinfeld night. Playing in Brooklyn in the summer is a lot of fun.
Didn't you have something happen with the fireworks this year? Was that you? During fireworks night?
No, I think that was. Because I know Suero was hitting in like the bottom of the 10th.
Oh, and they started going off.
And it was like a movie. And I remember telling
the Sandlot.
Yeah, I remember telling like I was on second, I think, and I don't remember what team we were playing. I remember telling their second baseman, I was like, this is like a movie right now. If he hit the walk-off homer, it'll be like the greatest thing ever. I don't remember what he did. I think we walked it off though. It might have been a chopper to third, and the guy made a bad play, and then we walked it off.
That's still a cool
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. We won.
Did your family come out a lot because you're from not too far away, Washington D.C. area, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice because from Brooklyn is like 3.5, 4 hours, and then every place that we traveled to, I think besides like Hudson Valley and Jersey Shore, was not that far of a drive. Like going to Aberdeen, Wilmington is kind of, all East Coast, Northeast stuff. So it was nice.
So you guys have both spent now a full year in the system. You a little bit longer, a couple of years. What are your impressions of the Mets player development system? I mean, right now you see this major league team. A lot of the guys came from the minor leagues. Luisangel Acuna, the impact he's making right now. Just your overall thoughts on how they've helped you guys come along as young ball players.
Yeah. I got two things, I mean, we have all the tools and all the data that we need. But I think the thing that impresses me the most and I really enjoy the most is you can go up to any coach, whether, it's main guy in the front office or, a coach that you might not know at all. And you can ask them any question about the game or even personal life, and they will find a way to help you. And I think that's one of the biggest keys to being successful is having those people around you to be able to give you the information or be able to help you with anything that you might need. Whether it's from hitting, pitching, fielding. What these numbers mean, what's good, what's bad, and stuff like that. So I mean, I think that's for me is the biggest thing that I enjoy is being able to ask any question that I might need help with.
I think all the way from the coordinators all the way down to the coaches is they do a great job if they have the same plan for you and each specific player, and each player has their own plan and everybody's on board for that plan, trying to fit into your specific abilities. And I may have mentioned this before on the podcast, but I think they've done a great job of just trying to encourage the type of game that you play. Like, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to go out and hit 30 home runs every year. And they know that. So, they're pushing for me to get on base and high contact, and they want to keep me true to my game, and they have that same plan for everybody, which I think is great, is one of the best things you can do in baseball. So
that's awesome. I mean, we talked with Eric Chavez, and we just talked with Jeremy Hefner before you guys, talking about how everyone's different, and you can't expect everyone to be the same, so you have to have a different approach. It's not a one-size-fits-all. So it's good to hear that mentality is held all the way down through the system.
Well, there's guys, I mean, the coaches, like I'm thinking about guys we've talked to from the player development that we love so much, like Victor, incredible guy. Like, I'm sure you've worked with Victor.
Yeah.
Victor Ramos, just a great guy.
Richie Benes.
Like, just like guys that we're
JB.
not, just guys that have been like so kind to us that like that shows you on such an opposite side of it that they go out of their way to treat people the right way, and that's such an important thing in this organization.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think a big part of it is, the human being comes first before the baseball player. So it's like, they do a great job of like, getting to know each player as a person and who they are first. And then it's like, okay, like figure out who you are. And then, okay, now onto the baseball side. So.
For sure. So I've said the name Luisangel Acuna twice, and you have kind of lit up when I've said it.
Yeah, I mean.
Tell us some stories about him. I mean,
I don't have too much. I mean, I haven't talked to him, much. He's very to himself.
Sure.
But I mean, you go from playing with him and then, right place, right time, and the kid's going off. I mean, incredible debut. I mean, he's got 2 homers already?
Yep. Tripled on Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, he's got multiple hits in
I think 4. Yeah,
4 games.
He's one of 4 Mets all time with at least 8 hits through his first 4 career starts.
Yeah, it's
in a major spot when
it's incredible.
Yeah. Your team leader goes down and you just step up into like all the pressure. This team's in a playoff race right now, and he's doing what he's doing.
Exactly.
Are you guys? I mean, you played with him. You were with him in spring training. When you see a guy who you were just with go up to the majors, be thrust into the spot that he's in, I mean, he's not just playing, but he's also filling the shoes right now with Francisco Lindor. Let's not forget that. The name Acuna comes with expectation, and he's met it. I don't want to say, are you guys surprised by it? Because I know he's a super talented guy, and you guys have seen that, going back to spring training. But, yeah, I guess I'm just going to ask, are you surprised at all with what he's doing?
No, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, you can ask just about anybody, seeing success for one of your other, teammates, especially, have played with them, it kind of makes you happy as well. It's like, I've seen this guy go through the highs, I've seen this guy go through the lows, and here he is at the biggest stage, like I said, in a playoff push, and he's going off. And so it's like, seeing what he's gone through, day in and day out to where he's at now, it's like, good for you.
And then how does it make you guys feel knowing that, like, the organization will give a guy a chance like that? Go from AAA in this time of the year and throw him out there, not throw him out there, but put him in the spot and trust in him. You guys see that. It could be anybody at any point, it seems like. And I think that's really cool that this organization is seemingly a little bit more aggressive with giving young players chances to succeed and not being afraid to put guys in those spots.
Yeah, I guess it's a little more encouraging for, guys like us who are still in the minors. Like, if they want you at that next level, they'll put you there, and, you better step up. And I guess that's what it's kind of showing, because he's doing a great job right now, and it's encouraging for guys like us.
Yo, Brandon, I just want to ask you about your boots, because I just noticed how sick they are.
What are those made of?
Did you choose those for were those? Did you buy those for this, or did you?
No, I've had them.
Are those gator?
No, there's some sort of fish. They're on
fish.
Yeah, they're on
scaly fish.
They're on the inside.
I didn't know fish skin shoes was a thing. That's crazy.
Yeah. It tells me.
I didn't know. Did you?
No.
Yeah.
That's sick.
What are you rocking, Nick? Just
these are like just some messed up. I think these are Birkenstocks.
He's gonna say they're eel skin. This is
I didn't know Birkenstock made sneakers.
I did not.
I know the sandals.
Yeah, but they're kind of a little bit dirty. I need to clean them.
It's all right.
But, yeah.
They won't show your feet on the scoreboard
Yeah,
tonight when you're getting that trophy.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking forward to seeing a game tonight? I mean, like
not just the game,
like a few things I was going to list off. One, you haven't been here since the brand new lights have got installed, so there's a whole new look in the stadium. Two, crowds are electric right now. I mean, like, fans are packing out the ballpark. Are you excited to not only see the game, but just kind of get an idea of what is in your front view right now?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I think the biggest excitement is being able to, kind of see what Major League Baseball is like as a fan base, in that, close to postseason run. I've heard everyone talk about, with us being on a hot streak, in a playoff push, like, people are packing out the stadium. So, I mean, it'll definitely be pretty sick to see that.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool to, playoff push, playing the Phillies, same division. They're a really good team. Two great fan bases. I think I'm excited. I'm excited to watch the game and be in the environment tonight. It should be fun.
I mean, you grew up not liking the Phillies, right? You grew up a Nationals fan?
Yeah, I don't. No. Didn't like the Phillies.
Us either. We don't like them either. So that makes three of us. Are there any guys you're looking to maybe catch a couple minutes with and talk to on the big league club? Just pick their brains a little bit at all. I don't know if there's any time carved out for that today. You guys have busy days. I saw the agenda. It's you guys have a lot to do.
Maybe some of the outfielders.
Okay.
Just as a playing the same position, pick their brain a little bit. Maybe like Bader or Nimmo. Just talk to them about outfield stuff, and maybe they can give me some good pointers.
How about you?
Well, I actually saw McGill.
That's right. You were a teammate
at the hotel on the way over here. Gotta say what's up to him. Definitely say what's up to C. Scott. Hopefully meet Alonso for the first time.
I mean, you guys could have a big Gator party.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Alonso,
a lot here.
Bader,
Yeah.
Scott. Say what's up to Alvy.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. So.
There you go.
Cool. Well, guys, thanks so much.
Wait, I got to ask him about the Florida Gator football program. No, we're not going to do that this time?
No, not
All
going to
right,
do this time.
that's fine.
Yeah.
What's fun about
Next
this
time.
Tough subject.
Next time.
What's fun about this interview is every time we've done something with you guys, it's been in a really more stressful environment for us. where we're like on the line, like with a cage in front of us so we don't get hit by a ball. Or like with you, we're just in the middle of a bar.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, that's what it's like. We just like pop up wherever we can go.
Was that in Syracuse?
That was in
Lehigh
We
Valley.
went to Lehigh
Yeah,
Valley. We were just in the middle of the
Wow.
bar.
Bunch
Was
of
it
Phillies
was
fans
there
around.
people there?
There were people
Yeah,
there.
live
Those people were
environment.
just standing around us, just watching.
Yeah, they were screaming stuff out. And then
The Mets were also playing. They were in Arizona. I don't know if you noticed this. We can tell you now that it's history, but
What is it?
they were in Arizona. The Mets were in Arizona.
Yeah.
Peterson was on the mound. Huge game. The Mets had to win this game to get the tiebreaker over the Diamondbacks. Tie game late. First and third, one out. Hefner goes out to talk to Peterson. Actually, I think it was Mendy.
Yeah.
They leave him in. And we're literally mid-interview with you. There's a laptop over to the right.
we set up a laptop behind you so we could keep an eye on the game while we were talking.
Peterson throws a 2-ball to get out of the inning. And then shortly after we wrapped, Jose Iglesias had a big go-ahead hit, and the Mets won the game. But yeah, that whole time we're locked in, focused on the interview, but also there was like a crazy pivotal moment of a Met game going on simultaneously. So it's really a credit to us as professional podcasters.
There you go. That's
here.
like the ABS thing you were talking
Yeah.
about before.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
But last year when we went to where did we go last year? Where we did Polka Night.
Oh, we went to Somerset.
Yeah, we went to Somerset to go interview some guys. It was right at the deadline when a bunch of guys came over. So we talked to Drew, we talked to Jeremiah Jackson, we talked to Blade, and we were on the concourse. Gates were open, and it was polka night, and there was polka music blasting everywhere, and people were walking around us.
I think it's a
So,
minor league thing.
This is nicer. This is our room.
Better environment.
We have like wall art. You know,
Y'all
we got
just
the
need to
pieces.
like stick to like just choosing the most random, awkward locations to do them.
Where would you like to chat with us next? Is there a spot maybe that we could for maybe spring training next year? There's probably some random
Yeah, you
places
guys-
in Port St. Lucie.
You guys are familiar with PSL now. Where would you want to do our interview with you at spring training?
The creek behind.
You're
the
smiling.
minor-
I
the
feel
minor
like you
league
have
side.
something you want to say.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's
The parking lot of the Holiday Inn.
yeah, this parking lot of the lobby of the Spring Hill Suites.
Let's just do it in the Chili's.
In the
Yeah.
Chili's.
or
Chili's.
in a Miller Ale House,
That's there's two of them though. There's one in Tradition, there's one in PSL, so we got to pick which one.
the PSL one,
Or
PSL
Duffy's.
or Tudo.
Are you a Tudo guy?
Oh yeah.
Or we can just do it on the PGA golf course.
All right.
Would you do a round?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you at spring training. We'll play a round.
All right, sounds good.
You down? Are you golf?
I'm kind of getting into it.
Me too. We're not good. So
I'm bad.
Yeah.
I'm bad.
This is a good card foursome right here.
This is
Yeah.
a great. We'll put a little GoPro and it'll be a good time.
A GoPro, mic on the shirt.
Yeah.
All right.
How you do it?
We're looking forward to it. We're going to hold you guys through that. Okay.
Let's do
Fine
it.
with me.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. I'm on Twitter at Vito F. Khaleesi. He's at JB9191. And do you guys want to plug your Twitters or social or Instagram?
It's just at Brandon Sproat.
Nick Morabito.
Cool. See you guys next time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.